What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today, man, we're gonna check out a couple of videos on this Montrezl Harrell Giannis Antetokounmpo situation. Now, first up, we have Montrezl Harrell and Giannis's brother getting into a heated discussion after that incident with Giannis, and then we also have Richard Jefferson reacting. So after that, I'm gonna come back and give you my commentary. Check this out.
I'm six. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. You can try. Try to find out. Try to find out, my boy. Try to find out. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. Beat your ass in there,
Because basically, if you've seen the Giannis video with the ladder, then upon further research, because everybody's like, wow, that's completely out of characteristic, you have found out that there was an interaction with Montrezl Harrell. Let me break it down for you how these things happen. Giannis shot terribly from the free throw line, so he was frustrated. So post-game, he wanted to go out there and shoot more free throws. This is where the problem lies. That's fine. That should be applauded. But at the end of the day, Giannis is the road team. That is not the Philadelphia 76ers responsibility. So if Montrezl Harrell walks out and says, this is my post-game routine at home, he is entitled to that. Giannis has to respect that. Is it petty? Yes. Could the Milwaukee Bucks do that to the 76ers next game? Yes. But at the end of the day, Giannis was in the wrong for that. I understand he wants to shoot more free throws, but Montrezl Harrell is not responsible for that. That is his home. That is his home court. That is his post-game routine that he is entitled to. He's not entitled to it on the road. Same with Giannis. Now, you can say that there should be a level of respect, but at the end of the day, the 76ers responsibility is not to make sure that Giannis shoots 25 free throws and feels better the next time he walks into that building, especially at the sacrifice of Montrezl Harrell. And the latter guys and those guys, that's the part that's bad. Those guys are not in this. They got put in this, and everyone could have handled this better. But ultimately, Giannis is not entitled to that. And that's just the rules. I'm just telling you, you're supposed to open up the court 90 minutes before. There are teams that do not open up the court until 90 minutes before if they're having a shoot around or a walkthrough, and they will use every last minute. So it happens pre-game also. But post-game, that's it. And now Milwaukee can go tit for tat, but Giannis is not entitled to that. It's not his home floor. It is not their responsibility. And for all the people that are saying respect, they don't need to pay respect to an opponent. I don't care how great it is. Their job is not to make him better or to give him more time than they are required to get better. That's just the reality. That's the whole story.
So, man, shout out to Richard Jefferson. That was a pretty good breakdown, man. From someone that's played in the league and know how these things work. I really appreciate that. And that actually helped me look at the situation a lot differently. You know, I kind of understood what Montrezl Harrell was doing anyway, because, yeah, it's not his job to make an opponent better. This is something I feel like Giannis should have been working on in the offseason. And I've often said that. If you look at some of the older videos that I had about Giannis, I said that he needs to focus on the old-fashioned three-point play and not trying to learn how to shoot threes. Yeah, get a midi, that's good, but like he needs to work on catching, turning, and shooting over the top of the defense. Like those threes, that's a reason you're open. They'll live with you being far out on the court, shooting air balls. They'll even live with the games that you are making the shots, because they know that that's fool's gold. They know that's their best way of winning. You know, they don't have to get their bigs in foul trouble when you settle for threes. It puts other players in transition defense situations on your team that puts them in positions to have to commit cheap fouls because you took a bad shot that bounced long. So the teams, that's what they have on their scouting report. So I feel like, yeah, Giannis should have worked on that before the season. You know, anything he did that night, I don't think that's going to make him better shooting free throws frustrated after a game, because that needs to be, your muscle memory needs to be where it needs to be, and it doesn't need to just be out of frustration, you know, unless you're one of those guys that can already shoot free throws and you miss some. But he has some mechanical issues, I feel like, with his shot. So those need to be corrected in the offseason. Now, what I will say for someone like Montrezl Harrell, he's been on about 4 or 5 teams in the last few years, right? He turned down a big contract with the Charlotte Hornets to go chase LeBron around in Los Angeles, thinking he's going to win a title with the Lakers. And I feel like for him, he stood on it. He did what he was supposed to do as an opponent, right? But you're shutting doors on some of the teams that might have picked you up too. And I ain't saying you should play your career being scared of what the next man will think or whatever, but I feel like it was a bad career move for him to go to the Lakers, thinking he's going to win a title, because I think Charlotte wanted to pay him $80 or $90 million. So to go chase, when you're that level player, I think he was coming off of, did he win 6th Man of the Year? Somebody let me know in the comments. I can't remember if he actually won it, but he was one of the finalists. So he was up for a big payday. And he instead chose to go play with the Lakers instead of coming to Charlotte, or instead of going to Charlotte, right? So I feel like that's why he's bounced around so much here lately. And Giannis is someone who can vouch for you to come play on his team. So maybe, I don't know. I mean, I like what he did as a competitor. I'm just thinking about his career right now, because that would be better for somebody like Embiid to do. Somebody like James Harden to come out and do. One of those max contract guys, right? But I get it. He's one of those players that provide an energy spark or whatever, and he didn't let his team get violated. So that's needed too. But make sure you're in the plans for the team for you go hard like that, because you could be on another roster next year. Because what I will say is, he only played 6 minutes that game, right? So I think he better be ready to stand on that, man, because it don't look like he'll be playing in Milwaukee no time soon, So let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.